All right, welcome back to another session of awareness. I'm your host, Taylor Martin, and I'm here with Racquel Moore. And we were just talking a little about entities and what entities are and how these dark entities can really get into people and rule their lives. And I guess that kind of stemmed me into a space of looking at this planet, this plane of existence, as it's always been, and it seems like there's always been a very dark agenda, or that the dark side rules this planet. And obviously we've seen it in a million movies. There's always good versus evil and dark versus light. And I guess the more and more that I clear out my space, the more and more that I realize that really is reality. So let's talk a little bit about why there has always been such a dark agenda on this planet, and let's talk about where we're at right now and how we really move towards the light.
Well, that was a really light subject. Yes, it's like, whoa. Yeah, it's just like what we've seen. I think it's probably why Star Wars was so popular, or a lot of the different sci-fi movies. You know, they bring out, the fight against dark and light on this third rock from the sun. Mm-hmm. And all the biblical texts talk about, first earth age and how dark things and light things have been in this constant battle to own humanity and the souls, and right. Even the Matrix, how you could be used as a battery or in this illusionary state and being controlled, or as if a lot of the physicists now are talking about how this could all be a dimensional video game that we're in at some level. Right. So I have seen all of those levels. I have seen the recordings in people's bodies that actually verify these things. Because when I work on people, I'll go through and I'll look at they'll actually show me like movie recordings. And some of their movie recordings are off planet. They're not even on this planet. So you'll see this fight against good and evil through the whole galaxy. Almost like you're watching the Sci-Fi Channel, right. Which I find actually very refreshing. Right. And so you wonder, okay, how do I, or you're just, you work for a bad boss, so you're in a hell state, or you have pain in your body, so you're in a hell state. So everybody just wants to be happy and healthy. That's what I've noticed over the years working with people and having classes. They're not necessarily interested in all the intricate details and stuff. They just want to have a happy life and just to be able to do their purpose and not to be tortured or programmed at a constant level. Right. So these tools can help you to get, we'll say, your energy back and get the programming out so that you can actually be aware of what's happening to you, both on this dimensional plane, like on the physical body plane, and also on the level of the astral plane. Like when you go to sleep at night, a lot of people call it your dream space. And some people will go into just unbelievably nasty levels. So these tools will help you. They will actually integrate into the spiritual body or the dream space, so that, let's say there's monsters chasing you up there, you end up in a hell space, or you end up on another planet and you're hooked in like the Matrix. How do you get out of that? Because that was one of my big things, because I always saw things. I went very weird places. As a child, I saw dead people. I would see monsters in people, and I just wanted to be normal. I just wanted to fit in. And it's hard to get up in the morning and perform on this plane or this level when you've been tortured all night. Right. Or you're in some kind of a strange dream space. It's like I've worked with a lot of little kids, and the little kids will just talk to me like this monster's chasing me, or he's in my bedroom or something like that, and I teach them the tools, and I also help them till they can kind of, we'll say, get strong enough to where they can deal with this stuff. But to where they can be strong enough that they don't have to be afraid when they go to sleep of the monster in the closet or under the bed. Because I had that when I was a kid. Man, I wish I had had these tools.
Right.
Because after I talk to the kids and I teach them the tools, they go, you know, you're the first adult who hasn't lied to me. Because most adults don't know what to do with this stuff. And I mean, I've been teaching this work for about 30 years at this point, too long. And I've taught what I call big kids and little kids. And it all works the same way. These are actually like almost quantum physics tools that help you to deal with anything at any dimension. So it doesn't matter whether you're asleep, whether you're awake, whether it's in a body, whether it doesn't have a body, whether you got weird little aliens running through your living room. It works on all this, what I call scary stuff. Like when I talk to the kids, you know, it's scary stuff, whether it's a big lizard running in their bedroom, or a little gray, or I don't know, a horrible parent, whatever it is.
Right.
They're energy tools. They work on everything.
Right.
So you don't have to run around being afraid anymore.
Right. And I think that's the key. You have to learn the tools to be able to put yourself into a space where you can actually function, and there's something else that's not running you. And I think that, you know, as I look at it,
Yeah, you don't have to be in the matrix.
right. I think as I look at a thing at a whole, I think that there are more people that are searching for awareness. I think there are more people that are seeking the light than the dark. And I feel like even though there has been such a dark agenda on this planet for so long, you know, primarily because it is a reptilian planet, but since it's been dark for so long, I do feel that our level of consciousness and our level of awareness around who we really are is a part of the vibrational shift that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, the light beings.
The light beings. So it's time for you to be a light being. Thank you again for joining us for another session of awareness.